Hello, beautiful cosmic souls. My name is Cyrena, and welcome to my series called Being Human. In this series, I share stories, knowledge, wisdom from my own experiences, and then guided journeys, visuals, and light language activations and card pulls. So if you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for following along. If you're new here, welcome. It is great to have you. With these, I just really say, find a space for you. Make it as sacred and cozy as you want. Burn some incense, smudge, have a cup of tea, water, coffee, whatever you're feeling like, and just giving yourself the next 30 to 45 minutes of time for you, time to open up, to receive, to hear the whispers of your soul, hearing what resonates, what doesn't, and just taking what resonates, leaving the rest, trusting yourself. So before I start kind of going into things of what wants to be shared for this week, I just like to do a bit of a grounding exercise to just really get us anchored here in this moment so we can just be present as much as we can. So go ahead, find a nice comfortable seated position, and you can go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in and out together. So take a nice deep breath in and out. And another nice deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in and releasing everything out. You bring some gentle movement to the body, just allowing yourself to relax. Just doing a quick body scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just noticing if there's any spots of tension or soreness. And if there is, you can take a deep breath into them. And on the exhale, just feeling the muscles and everything relax more and more, releasing that tension, letting yourself melt into this relaxation, letting the body stop and rest. Bringing your awareness to your mind, noticing where it is, with no judgment, letting the thoughts float on by. And if at any point the thoughts start to take over, you can always come back to your breath. Remember that breath is our anchor. That natural rhythm of in and out. Okay, now I want you to visualize your energy that surrounds you and is within you. I want you to visualize it in whatever color comes to mind first, trusting. And I want you to see yourself sending your energy down through the body, down, out the root chakra, the sit bones, and into the earth below the ground. Sending it down. And as you send your energy down, I want you to visualize a golden light coming up from the earth. This golden light is going to meet your energy, intertwining together with it, and feeling yourself anchored in to the earth below, letting Gaia hold you and ground you in this moment. Feeling that energy coming back up this connection into your body and landing in your heart space. Taking a deep breath in and out. And then visualizing your energy again, and this time sending it up, out through the crown, the top of the head, and out into the stars. And as you send your energy out, I want you to visualize a bright white light coming down from source, meeting your energy, intertwining with it, and feeling that strong connection above, strong connection to source, connection, opening to your higher self, your guides, for the highest good of all. And feeling that energy come down into the body, also landing in your heart space. Taking a deep breath in and out. And you can place a hand on your heart if you wish. Just feeling these two energies within you. This connection running from source down through you, through your center, through all chakra points and down into the earth, holding you strong. Just feeling the balance of earth below and source above. Taking a deep breath in and out. And slowly, when you're ready, you may open your eyes and return back to your space. Okay. Just taking a moment to notice how you feel now compared to when you first sat down. Knowing that is a quick visual, quick guided meditation you can do for yourself when you're feeling ungrounded or looking for that more connection. So, okay, what do I want to share today? It's kind of a big one. So I actually didn't record last week. I was feeling just a little bit off, and I was trusting that it just wasn't the right time to do a video. So here we are this week, and it's the same message that was going to be shared last week. So it's a big one. And maybe it just needed to wait that week to be shared. But I want to talk about ego. Ego. When I say that, just noticing what your first thoughts are, how it feels in the body when you hear that word, ego. Sometimes I find in the spiritual community, it's what everybody wants to talk about, but not talk about, if that makes sense. And I feel like sometimes we're made to feel less than for having it. And I guess I'm just here to share that ego is a part of being human. And for anyone out there who says this journey is about killing off the ego, getting rid of it, you can't. At least I don't feel like you can. And again, with this, it is important to take what resonates and leave the rest. But I'll explain more of how I see the ego and why I don't feel like it's something to kill off. It is a part of us. It is our deep survival as a human. Our ego is a huge protection factor that every single human being has. And sometimes it's hard to think of it being protection for us, because a lot of the times the way it's used, we're looking at people that are very egotistical, and it seems like confident, but it's such a difference. It's that like overconfidence that a person will put on when it's coming from a place of ego. But what does that really mean? It means something within them feels like they have to protect themselves and make themselves look better, convince themselves they're better than anyone else, to protect themselves, to protect them of what's really going on. So again, like, that is not something to kill off. And I understand that ego is really a hard one. And I understand that in the spiritual community, because a lot of it is, like I said, and I know because I felt this way too, that we are not worthy of being spiritual or connected, or however you want to see it, because our ego gets in the way. But it is going to get in the way. It just is. So how do we deal with it? How do you live with this part of us that a lot of us don't want to look at, don't want to deal with, because we think that it makes us less than. We think that it makes us a bad person. We think that it makes us less spiritual. So my experience with the ego, because years ago, that is how I seen it. That is what I believed, is that I had to get rid of it completely. And a lot of the times, our emotions come from that place of ego, which is also very human. And I've had moments where I was shamed for having emotional reactions to things, and told that it was all me and that I had shit to deal with because that was being triggered, and you can't feel that way. You have to shove the emotions down. Well, yes, I was triggered, but I don't have to shame myself for it. What I have learned is that it's very important, and almost the key, I think, to our spirituality, is to befriend that ego, to hold its hand and guide the way. It's not about getting rid of it completely. It's about working with it and showing it a better way. So the more you work on it like that and accept it instead of trying to push it away, the more you'll be able to be aware when it's starting to get in the way. And you'll be able to take that step back and see things a bit more clearly. So, there's moments where something has happened and it's really hurt my feelings. It's hurt my ego. And I've literally been like, okay, I see you. I see you're hurting. We're going to sit here. I'm going to let you cry it out. Like, we'll have this little moment. Then we're going to breathe. And we're going to keep going. That is taking it by the hand and saying, come on, I know that sucked, but it's okay. We're going to be okay, and we're going to keep going. Come with me. If you can see ego like that, almost like a child having temper tantrums, that you have to give them their moment and then say, okay, come on, pick yourself up. Let's keep going. It will change your perspective on everything. It will make you understand your inner workings better as well, because it gives us that moment to observe and maybe question, where is this coming from? but still having those moments, still having that moment of letting the emotions through, of letting the ego have its little temper tantrum, and then moving on. And then you'll be able to catch it so much faster. Like, you'll have a moment, you'll have a thought, and you'll instantly be like, oh, okay, yeah, that was that was definitely my ego coming in there. And then it's almost like lighthearted then. Because again, it's part of being human. So it's not just going to go away, but we can learn to work with it in a much better way than letting it run the show. It's when we allow it to have complete control. That's not good. And then, of course, ego, again, with our emotions and everything, will rule fear and worry and doubt and all those negative thoughts that we tell ourselves. So if we can take that power back from our ego, it changes everything. I hope that's making sense. It's a really deep topic, to be honest. And it's something that each of us have to sit with and really feel into how you see ego, what your beliefs have been about it, what you want your beliefs to be about it. Do you want to believe that it's something that we have to get rid of completely? Or something to befriend, something to work with, to understand? This one is probably the biggest one, where I am very serious of take what resonates and leave the rest. Because again, this is your own journey, and that ego piece it's a big one. It's a big one. And awareness is a huge piece of it. Because, awareness and discernment, especially in the spiritual community, I think sometimes there are some of us that get blinded by everything we're doing, the rituals, the sacred ceremonies and everything, and we think that because we do that, we don't have ego, or we don't have to worry about ego. And those will be the ones that you'll see are still living quite deeply in ego. But again, we're all on this journey. It's all different for all of us. And we're learning from each other as well. So by having those people around that are living through ego, it kind of makes us maybe realize we want to live a different way. And I think this is a part of it, is learning that it's something that's on this journey with us for our whole life. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it doesn't disappear, but I think it gets to a point where it's more balanced, and it's more being guided on this journey by you instead of you being guided by ego. So yeah, just something to think about. It's funny because before I started, sometimes I'll get an idea of where the guided visual is going to go for us. Sometimes I don't until I'm sitting here. But as I was, getting ready to do this, I kept feeling like there is no guided visual. And I thought maybe it would come to me now, but it hasn't. And I'm still just feeling like there's no guided visual for this. I do still want to share some light language codes and activations with the intention of, I just want to sit with this for a second. it's just to share these codes with the intention, if you allow them, to just really open up to your truth, for you to see the truth about your ego. And maybe that truth looks different than mine, but just being open to what feels right to you. And yeah. So as I speak the light language, I do want you guys to sit with your eyes closed and just really feel into it. Kind of asking yourself, how do you feel about your ego? Do you know the difference when it's your ego or that higher part of ourselves, the true self, talking and guiding? Do you know who's guiding you? Is it you, the real you, or is it your ego, the ego mind? So just as I speak these, start thinking about that kind of stuff. If when I first started this sharing and I brought up ego, if you notice that you felt it in your body, maybe it was like a twist in your gut or an annoyance. Why? Just sitting with that and understanding it more. And maybe I might have a visual. It might be coming in. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we're gonna do this a little bit different. So go ahead and close your eyes. I'm just gonna go into it. So close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And again, just pondering on your thoughts and feelings around ego, how you see it, how you feel it. What are your beliefs with it? Are they beliefs you want to keep, or are they beliefs you want to change? Just feeling into it as I share the codes. Nilia haliotolia scanilia nicoliata, nilia niluhotoko, luota nilia niascatania sculiata, nilia canilia toko, niascara nilia tocolia niascotaniata, niskra niliatani, nilia nilocolotolia niasca niliasca. Nili nilia nulia kanenia tukutukush ni skalia tukolia tanani nania nilia tukolia tatnani kaliatana niskra nilia tushkrini nilia tukola tania katata niskra nilia hotana ni kalianiato ni skalia hatana le hotanana. Okay, keeping eyes closed. I want you to visualize the space of your mind. I want you to see yourself standing in your mind. And I want you to see the ego mind, however it comes to you. They're showing me some will be kind of in a dark corner. Some might be in a cage, or some might be sitting on a throne. Trusting what comes to you. The ones in the corner in the cage are usually the ones that we're trying to push away, to hide, to not look at, because we feel ashamed of the ego. If you see it, in more of a position of power. Maybe it's running the show a little too much. No matter how you see it, I want you to offer it your hand. See your ego mind take it, and telling that part of you that this is a journey together, and it is time for you to be the leader, for you to be the guide on this journey. You take it by the hand, so you are standing together as equals, finding balance, knowing that you are the one in control, and also taking responsibility for helping that ego mind when it gets out of hand, letting it have its moment if it needs it, and then reining it back in with a gentle softness. But also standing your ground. If at any time you feel the ego getting out of control, it's a reminder that you can come back to this place. Close your eyes, come within, and visualize you taking its hand and bringing back down to equal ground. Nieskaraniato, nieskaneliatolias, nihataliatoko, toko, toko. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And slowly opening your eyes when you're ready and coming back to your space. Interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. And there was a word that I wanted to share in there, and it was just not coming to my mind. It still won't come in. When I was talking about you're taking it by the hand, the word's like right there. Maybe I'm not meant to use it, but when I said, like, talk to it with that gentle softness, again, it's that understanding, treating it like a child that's having its moment, bringing it back, but then also standing your ground. And it's funny because the word that wants to be used is sturdy, and that's not it at all. That's gonna bother me so much. But anyways, yeah, so something else that was kind of coming in that wanted to be shared around all this too is, it's interesting because in one of my card decks there's a card, actually I think it's the Atlantis card, and the message on it is around the lines of stepping into your power but staying true to yourself. And basically it's all around, because we can be very powerful beings if we allow ourselves to tap into it, but sometimes with that power, that's when it starts to get to our mind a little bit. So it's keeping things in alignment with ourselves, always remembering what's true to us as we walk this path, and not getting out of alignment, and again letting the ego start to take control. And really with Atlantis, that's kind of what happened. The power people were looking for and trying to get went to their heads, and it didn't end well. So So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Like, yeah. But power isn't something to fear either, because I think sometimes we get concerned that if we do step into that place of power, it is going to be egotistical. And that's not the case. Again, there's a difference between confidence and ego. And a lot of the times it's around how you present yourself, how you hold yourself. Are you coming from a place of wanting power over others? Or are you coming from a place of just love and joy and sharing and guiding and leading and whatever it may be for you? Of service, not control. Just something to think about. Okay. I'm going to pull 3. Yes? Okay, 3 cards. I'm using my spirit animal oracle. So intuitively picking card 1, 2, or 3. And just with the animals, I don't know, that was just the deck that was calling to be used. So just asking for one of our furry guides to bring a message forth, something extra we need to hear in this moment. Ooh. Okay, there's our 3 cards. So intuitively, 1, 2, or 3. Card number 1, Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Let's see what the card says here. Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifesting power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt a mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of it. I haven't used these cards in a while. When you are grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There is always more than enough, and you are always enough. Oh, interesting. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit's message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers, even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. Okay, so this is really, if we're coming back to ego, gratitude is huge. The more that we can be grateful for the things we have in our life, that reins in ego. Because a lot of the times, if we're looking at what everybody else has and wants what everybody else has, that is ego, again, taking the wheels, driving the car, taking you off the road. Like, come back. So that gratitude piece is so important. And then that piece there that it says, offer up your thanks before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others too. So again, where is that coming from? Is it coming from that you want to be of service to others? You want to be, together, that connection, or do you want that power over others and that control? So yeah, just thinking of that. And yeah, just the abundance that can come into your life when you start taking the wheel and letting more of that love and joy take you on your ride instead of fear and worries and doubts and everything the ego mind tries to take us into a spin cycle on. So, but okay, card number 2, Whale Spirit. Trust the great mystery. Yeah. And that's huge. I'm actually not even going to read the card for that one because that's a big piece of the unknown, right? And that is why a lot of us have a hard time stepping away from that ego. Again, if you think of ego as the protection for us, that is why a lot of the times we are scared to trust ourselves, because that's the unknown. The ego mind is everything we've known. It keeps us comfortable. It keeps us stuck. And what's the biggest thing that will keep us stuck is fear. And that is the biggest piece that ego has that holds over us if we allow it. So don't be afraid of the unknown, the great mystery that's out there. Again, coming back to yourself, to that trueness, to that love, and letting that guide you, that be your driving force. And like holding ego's hand and just bringing it along for the ride. Oh yeah. Card number 3, butterfly. What a beautiful card. Transformation is beautiful. I don't even know if I need to say more. That change within us of coming together with ego and realizing like, okay, you are a part of me. Let's walk this journey together. That is a huge transformation that you can gift yourself. Just changing the way you see things. It's huge. That will, again, lead to so much change in your own life, because you will be able to see things differently and understand it and observe it and be aware. And yeah, like, it's not easy. Just like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon. I guess a caterpillar going into the cocoon, coming out as the butterfly. That is an intense change it goes through in that cocoon. So it's not easy. But in the end, it is worth it. The caterpillar gets to fly because it is free. It can go anywhere it wants rather than crawling around. Think about that. Think about you are gifting yourself the freedom from the mind that is holding you back, crawling on the ground. Free yourself from the mind so you can fly to greater heights than you ever thought were possible. Yeah. Okay, guys. Like I said, that was kind of a big one. If you want, feel free, share your comments about it if there's anything you want to share. If you resonated with this, like the video. You can find me on social media. If you want to private message me or anything, please do. And then, yeah, I will be back here next Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Words. And yeah, just keep going. You've got this. You've got this. Trust yourself. Always listen. Always listen to the littler whisper that's usually our true higher self than the loud ego. And just start being more aware of it. If you have seen the ego as a bad thing and you feel like you want to change it, start working on it now and see if you notice a difference. Yeah. Okay, guys. I'm just going to close this out. So you want to close your eyes. You can place your hands on your heart if you wish. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Just taking a moment to thank yourself for taking this time for you. Giving yourself this moment of stillness to be open to what wants to come through. Okay, loves. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.